net zero mean? Net zero would be a state in which the greenhouse gas emissions that are going into the atmosphere, so that we as humans are producing, not only humans, by the way, are balanced by the amount of greenhouse gases that you remove out of the atmosphere. For example, that is what forests do for us. They capture the carbon and they remove greenhouse from the atmosphere. So if we were to reach that state, then global warming would stop, because you have an exchange of production and release. That means that the Earth would stay roughly at the same temperature that it has today. Carbon dioxide is actually only one of 6 important greenhouse gases. It is 80% of the emissions, so it is the most relevant one, but you also have methane, which is about 10%, and you have nitrate, basically, that is about 7%. And then the rest, these 3 are natural gases, by the way, and then you have 3 others that are industrial gases. A few years ago, in 2018, the IPCC, which is the panel for climate change, defined what we needed to do as a planet to limit global warming to 1.5%. That was the target, revised from the Paris Agreement a few years before that. And then to achieve that, we need to halve the CO2, so carbon dioxide emissions, by 2030. So half of that. And then we need to reach net zero, which is basically 0% net carbon emissions by 2050. So that's the goal. And so it means different things for different actors. For government, it means you need to develop a scheme of how you're going to achieve that for all of your economy, with priorities on specific measures, like you will end the sale of combustion engine cars, or you will increase your renewables, like the wind power or the solar energy that you are going to invest in and then flow to the market. You would also invest in carbon capture schemes, so schemes that remove the carbon out of the atmosphere, etc. So there's different mechanisms that a government can put in place. For corporation, it's a bit of a different game. And corporations are at least as important as governments in terms of putting that to practice, because their impact on greenhouse gases is higher actually than the range of what governments can control. So what corporations are trying to do are eliminate the source of emissions within their value chain, efforts to remove CO2 from the atmosphere. These are technologies for carbon capture. And then the last thing that corporations are investing some thinking and also some money in is compensating for value chain emissions. So those emissions that you can't remove from your value chain, so that you keep emitting, you try to compensate for it, pay money.